President of the Senate, Honorable M.M. Chinomona, the Chief Justice, Honorable Luke Malava, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, the President of the Chiefs Council, Chief M. Kumalo, and other traditional leaders who are present, Honorable Members of Parliament and the Senate, senior government officials, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General P.V. Swanda, service chiefs, fellow Zimbabweans at home and in the diaspora, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. I'm once again singularly honored and privileged to address this august house, marking the third session of the 10th Parliament of the Republic of Zimbabwe. The official opening of the third session of the 10th Parliament comes in the work of the the sanctions notwithstanding, I'm extremely grateful to all our citizens, including those in the diaspora, for contributing to the grand task of nation building in a peaceful and tranquil environment. The unity, peace, and resilience of economic development of our country in the face of the illegal sanctions imposed by the West. Let us remain focused and disciplined. Economic stability and growth in our march towards Vision 2030 by 6.6% in 2025, and count on recovery in the agricultural sector with record harvests of tobacco, maize, and wheat, among other crops. These are a result of the implementation of the agriculture, food systems, and rural transformation strategy. Under this strategy, the Pfumvudza Ntwasa program has empowered over 3 million households with inputs. The livestock sector continues to grow, with the national head now at 5.7 million, while milk production has increased from 76.7 million liters in 2019 to 115 million liters in 2024. Again, congratulations to us, Zimbabwe. Through the Rural Development 8.0 initiative, boreholes that are being drilled and resuscitated by my administration are ensuring access to water for production, village business unity, and domestic use. The area under irrigation is expanded from 151,000 hectares in 2019 to now 221,000 hectares in 2024. We are well on course to reach our target of 496,000 hectares. These initiatives have gone a long way in our quest to build climate resilience, mitigation, and adaptation. Meanwhile, the modernization of the Grain Marketing Board is ongoing in line with new technologies, with the construction of 14 new artificial intelligence-driven silo sites, resulting in an additional 750,000 tons of storage capacity. The accelerated issuance of bankable and registrable title deeds for A1 and A2 farmers, as well as deeds of grant for previously African purchase areas, is said to have transformational impacts in our agricultural sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, and Madam President, the mining sector has witnessed increased investments in gold, lithium, iron and steel production. The commissioning of new plants, independent power generating units, and energy parks, among others, are ensuring that all sectors achieve targets with regards to value addition, beneficiation, job creation, and the growth of our gross domestic product. The Mines and Minerals Amendment Bill has been gazetted and is expected to be finalized during the current session of Parliament. My government is committed to weeding out irresponsible mining stakeholders who cause pollution, degradation of the environment, and damage to critical infrastructure at TSD. As we welcome investors in our jurisdiction, we expect that they will adhere to the Constitution and the laws of our country, while also respecting our people, respecting our customs, and respecting our culture. Mr. Speaker, sir, and Madam President, since my last address, the manufacturing sector registered a 15.3% contribution to GDP. The success is attributable to significant investments in the steel, cement, dairy, cotton to clothing, and pharmaceutical value chains, among others. The Zimbabwe Industrial Reconstruction and Growth Plan, Rural Industrialization, and the Community Economic Empowerment Trusts will result in increased production, leveraging on our resource endowments. I urge our people to take advantage of the new policy approved by Cabinet on community economic empowerment trusts and reserved sectors for our people. My government has reviewed licenses, permits, levies, and fees, as well as the multiple regulatory requirements across all sectors to enhance the country's ease of doing business. Reduction of costs and the competitiveness of the local industry. The respective statutory instruments and statutes will be accordingly amended. Tourism is emerging as a critical pillar in our nation's economic transformation. The sector's solid performance has received global recognition, with Zimbabwe being recently awarded the best must-visit destination in the world. An accolade by Forbes magazine. Accordingly, Parliament is hereby called up of the Tourism Amendment Bill in order to sufficiently support the sector's growth trajectory. A number of independent power producers, IPPs, captive power producers, CPPs, commercial and industrial players have been licensed. Their onboarding into our national grid has increased the power supply in our country. The rural electrification program, that is electrifying both public institutions and homesteads throughout the country, is improving energy access by our rural communities. No one and no place will be left behind. Meanwhile, the country continues to enjoy adequate fuel supplies, benefiting from upgrading of the pipeline capacity to 3 billion liters per month, per annum, sorry. Pipeline capacity will be further upgraded to handle 5 billion liters per annum. Mr. Speaker, sir, and Madam President, infrastructure upgrading and development projects are progressing through innovative funding models by Treasury, private sector financing, as well as support from development partners. Completion, rehabilitation, and upgrading of the Harare-Chirundu Road, Christmas Pass, Bulawayo Victoria Falls Road, Chirundu Border Post, and the Forbes Border Post remain top priority. The construction of other road infrastructure, such as interchanges at strategic points in our cities, are on the cards, with the Trapablas with the Trapablas interchange now operational. Notable progress has been registered in implementing the Zimbabwe Integrated Transport Information Managing System project, which includes automating services at the Vehicle Inspectorate Department, Central Vehicle Registry, and Road Motor Transportation. Mr. Speaker, sir, and Madam President, the tight monetary and fiscal environment in the economy have remained favorable to support sustained economic activity. My government is diligently implementing the necessary policies, measures, and initiatives to maintain currency stability of the ZiG and inflation. Going into the future, the trend in macroeconomic stability is expected to become the status quo in our country. The country's foreign currency inflows stood at US 10.4 billion as of August 2025. which is an upward increase of 26.8% from the US 8.3 billion recorded during the same period last year. Consequently, foreign currency reserves increased to about 900 million US dollars as at the end of September 2025, up from 700 million in June 2025. In recognition of this effort, the World Bank recently ranked Zimbabwe first among the top 10 countries in the world that have made significant progress in foreign currency reserves accumulation. Atina influence ne World Bank. On the fiscal front, I am pleased to advise that we remain steadfast in strengthening sustainable resource mobilization strategies to ensure provision of public services. Enhanced fiscal capacity has allowed the government to extend social benefits to vulnerable groups under social protection programs, including the Food Deficit Mitigation Program, the Basic Education Assistance Module, and the Vulnerable Agriculture Input Scheme. These interventions reflect our unwavering commitment to building a comprehensive and resilient social protection system that safeguards women, children, persons with disabilities, and the elderly, among others. Our health sector is undergoing a significant development program focusing on strengthening human resources, improving health financing, and modernizing infrastructure and technology. These efforts aim to improve healthcare access and quality with a focus on maternal and child health, disease prevention, and digital health integration. Similarly, in the education sector, key initiatives include human capital development, promoting entrepreneurship, creating public-private partnerships for infrastructure, and increasing access to education to a broader array of our students, in particular the vulnerable. Furthermore, my government remains committed to driving innovation for national growth and delivering a beneficial knowledge economy. The Digital Ambassadors Program thus aims to equip young people with digital skills and enhance ICT literacy. It is worth highlighting that my government recently adopted the Zimbabwe National Artificial Intelligence A1 strategy, designed to harness the economic potential of artificial intelligence while mitigating its undesirable impacts. Mr. Speaker and Madam President, several new laws have been promulgated and existing ones continue to be amended to eliminate gender imbalances and promote the achievement of gender equality in our society. This should see increased participation of women across value chains. So, my men folk should not complain when I continue to promote women. The launch of the National Youth Empowerment Strategy 2026 to 2030 is transformative towards harnessing the potential of our young people in national development. Additionally, the upgrade of vocational training centers will see a stronger base for industrial growth. This will improve quality, relevance, and inclusivity of the vocational skills training programs. My government is providing welfare services to veterans of the liberation struggle, heroes, dependents, and the war victims, as well as empowering and mainstreaming all categories of veterans to fully participate in the economy and guarantee their welfare. In that regard, Presidential War Veterans Empowerment Revolving Fund, the Presidential War Veterans Empowerment Program, and the Presidential Empowerment Scheme for Children of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle were launched. After successful implementation of the food deficit mitigation strategy during the El Nino-induced drought experienced during the 2023-2024 summer cropping season, government will continue with the program to cater for food insecure households. Our ZANU-PF-led government will also continue with harmonized social cash transfers to increase the purchasing power of vulnerable groups. Regrettably, the scourge of drug and substance abuse remains a major concern to all communities in our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. Comprehensive and all-encompassing strategies are being implemented by all stakeholders in our country to mitigate the negative impact of this menace. We commend the coming on board of more civic society organizations, including the Angel of Hope Foundation and the private sector in the fight against drug and substance abuse. My dear Mr. Speaker and Madam President, government has made strides in upgrading the media landscape through modernization of the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation's Montrose studio in Bulawayo. Additionally, the ZBC's Luzivo Radio, which is a new education channel, was established in order to bridge educational content directly to learners across the country. The enactment of the Broadcasting Services Amendment Act has introduced very progressive media reforms which broadened the scope of the Act to encompass, among other issues, the emerging digital broadcasting services. I'm pleased to highlight that substantial progress has been recorded in the implementation of the local government blueprint and the court call to action, no compromise to self-delivery, end of quote. All our local authorities have developed master plans and all 92 councils evaluation roles, with 91 of them having deployed enterprise resource planning systems to modernize their operations. Only one is left. In response to climate change, my government has adopted the National Climate Change Adaptation Plan, the Carbon Trading Framework and Registry, outlined in Statutory Instrument 48 of 2025, is said to unlock climate finance and promote mitigation efforts across all economic sectors. Relatedly, water security is emerging as a critical challenge with implications for energy and the food systems. In this regard, my government is scaling up integrated water resource management and investments. In line with our engagement and re-engagement program, my government is implementing its policy on foreign relations and international cooperation. In this regard, Zimbabwe remains committed to further deepening political, economic, educational, scientific, innovation and cultural relations with all countries of the international community. We are pleased as Zimbabwe to have won the bid to host the continental headquarters of the Intra-Africa Trade Fair Company. Congratulations. Mr. Speaker, Madam President, the importance of the timeless discharge of legislative duties reposed in Parliament cannot be overemphasized. Parliament is reminded that laws passed by this august House carry the hopes and aspirations of our people and consist of central policies for implementation by the executive. It is therefore critically important that the law-making process be expedited for the efficient operation of state apparatus. Collectively, we have a duty to sustain the prevailing confidence that the people of our country have in our governance system. Allow me now to tend the legislative program which the third session of the 10th Parliament must pursue with renewed vigor and focus. That represented Parliament must be concluded. These include the following: Occupational Safety and Health Bill, the Public Service Amendment Bill, the State Service Pension Bill, the Pipelines Amendment Bill, Persons with Disability Bill, Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Bill, the Mines and Minerals Amendment Bill, Insurance and Pensions Amendment Bill, and Zimbabwe School Examinations Council Bill. Please process them. Regrettably, there are additional
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. This is not on our side, it's on their side. There is no network There's no signal. So I don't know what has happened on their side. So we're just waiting for the signal to reappear. So apologies for that. It's not our side.
There are additional bills planned.
Okay, unfortunately, the network is still gone. I'm looking for other sources to see if there's anyone else with the network, but it appears as if there's nobody else who's got a working network. So what we've seen is Mnangagwa speaking a lot about infrastructure. He's so proud about Trababelas, and that is his signature project. He has gone on to talk about the economy, and as we lost network, he was talking about the bills. So I'm going to list all the bills for you. As soon as he finishes this speech, we're going to get the written speech, and we're going to give you the bills that are going to be put behind or in front of Parliament. We are also aware that there is a lot that is going to take place to do with the amendment. And unfortunately, right now, we don't have any way of getting network. I've looked at ZBC, they don't have signal. I've looked at other channels. We've looked at ZTN, they don't have signal. But let's look if someone else has got signal. So quickly, I'm looking for signal. But as I'm looking for signal, we're looking at a very important period that is going to take place. Let's see what ZTN has got. So I'm going to ZTN right now to see if they've got any signal. And you can see that they're also outside. There is no signal right there. I'm not seeing anything. They're also waiting for signal. So it appears everyone has lost signal. And I'm going to be waiting for Parliament of Zimbabwe to come back. It's very unfortunate that Mnangagwa lost signal when he's speaking. I hope it's not electricity. That would be crazy if Mnangagwa lost signal because of electricity. Because remember, our parliament loses power. So our Parliament of Zimbabwe loses power. When they're talking, sometimes they lose power. So I hope that's not what has happened, because that would be terrible for Mnangagwa, who is the president of Zimbabwe. So as you can see, Parliament of Zimbabwe currently is not live. And unfortunately, we've lost signal during Mnangagwa's speech. Let's see if there's anything else that has come up. If this signal is recovered. Okay, that is the signal we're watching all along. Nothing here has happened. And unfortunately, I will have to bring this to an end. As soon as he comes back, I'll let you guys know as soon as we got signal. But maybe we can hang around and talk about other things. So particularly the organization of the event, the events leading up to the State of the Nation address Very well done. The guys prepared a lot. Our parliament is beautiful. So the parliament of Zimbabwe is very beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful parliament of all parliaments in this world. Look at that parliament. So you can see how beautiful it is. It's not like the old parliaments that we have from the past. This is a very nice parliament. It's got a lot of equipment. The only problem they have is power. They have a power issue at this parliament. I don't think they put backup power. So sometimes when you're talking, you lose sound, just like we saw when Mnangagwa was speaking right now. He just got cut off. And that means last time there was no power in the whole building. Like the whole power, electricity shut down. So that was shocking. So I think let's wait here a little bit.
Cannot be overemphasized. Parliament is reminded that laws passed by this august house carry the hopes and aspirations of our people and consist of central policies for implementation by the executive. It is therefore critically important that the law-making process be expedited for the efficient operation of state apparatus. Collectively, we have a duty to sustain the prevailing confidence that the people of our country have in our governance system. Allow me now to turn to the legislative program, which the third session of the 10th Parliament must pursue with renewed vigor and focus. The outstanding bills from the first and second sessions that represented the Parliament must be concluded. These include the following: Occupational Safety and Health Bill, the Public Service Amendment Bill, the State Service Pension Bill, the Pipelines Amendment Bill, Persons with Disability Bill, Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Bill, the Mines and Minerals Amendment Bill, the Insurance and Pensions Amendment Bill, and Zimbabwe School Examinations Council Bill. Please process them. Regrettably, there are additional bills that...
Okay, so that is where we cut off. And as I'm saying, we're still waiting for Parliament of Zimbabwe to come online. And I believe that this is a power issue. So we're going to go again to ZTN. Let's go to ZBC and see if Mnangagwa is speaking over there. Guys, this is very important because this is what is going to set the agenda for our country. So let's see if ZBC is busy with this. And you can see ZBC doesn't have a signal, just like us. They're now talking about something else. Let's see what this guy is saying. Okay, they're just talking about it, just like we're doing. There's nothing here. Let's see if Open Pali has got a signal.
And if you go now,
and if we don't have a signal, then we're in real trouble. We're in trouble if we don't have a signal. Because we want to hear. I want to hear what Mnangagwa has to say. It's very important. Because what he's setting out here is the stuff that we talk about every day. So Open Pali, watch live state address. So let's see if they were live. Yes, they were live. They also got cut off. So Open Pali also got cut off. They don't have a live signal right now. Who else? Does anyone know where we can get a signal? Someone tell me. If you are able to tell us where there's a signal, let us know. Anyone who knows, Harare Times, is Harare Times able to give us a signal? So someone tell us where to get a signal. If you know where we can get a signal, let us know where we can get a signal. We need a signal very, very urgently. Let's type Zimbabwe Parliament here and see what is being broadcast. So if you know where a signal is, type in the comments, then we'll go there and we'll share with everybody because we need this. It's very important. There's no one here. There's no one here. There's no one here. So Parliament of Zimbabwe was live. You can see it was live. There's no more live. And one key thing that has happened, which is shocking, is that Chiwenga is once again not been present. So Chiwenga has not been present during such an event. So something's about to happen. Chiwenga and Mnangagwa can't stay in one place again. These guys are avoiding each other. Chiwenga is avoiding state functions. He was in Bulawayo, and we can see that he's not appearing at state functions. I can't believe that this is what's happening with the Chiwenga. It's crazy. So let's see what happens to Chiwenga. I believe that Mnangagwa is about to make a move on Chiwenga because it doesn't appear at these state functions. And Chiwenga himself doesn't care. He believes that these are not important events. So let's see if there's anyone else with the parliament, Zimbabwe parliament. I'm looking on other platforms now so that I can give you Mnangagwa ending. If Mnangagwa doesn't finish now, tonight he's going to be on ZBC. I know they will do the thing again. Zimbabwe, SONA. I'm looking. Guys, I really want you to see this. And unfortunately, I'm currently the only person who is like, there is Mnangagwa on ZTN. We've got another Mnangagwa on ZTN. Let's see if it's still live. So, guys, if you know where else I can get a signal, let me know. Okay, so Mnangagwa is finished. Let me show you what is done now. And that is ZTN. He has found a signal. So, he's currently leaving Parliament right now as you speak. Unfortunately, we didn't hear that last bit or that last speech. So if we go to ZTN, we see that Mnangagwa is now leaving Parliament and is waving goodbye on ZTN. So Parliament lost signal, but Mnangagwa is there. He's leaving. Here you can see him leaving the Parliament very, very fast. He's moving very, very fast. I can't believe how fast Mnangagwa is moving. And there's 2030 being sung there. 2030 there, Amazon. If you, they've cut off the sound actually. But it's like 2030, Baba. These guys are crazy. Look at that. Can you guys hear the sound? I can't hear the sound on my side. It's terrible. I can't hear the sound. So ZTN is cutting off. They don't want us to talk about 2030. So I think we've covered it. Let's look at other places where we can get signal. I want to hear the singing of 2030 in Parliament because that is important. That is the reason why Chiwenga didn't come here because of that singing of 2030 there, Emerson. So let's go to what can I go to? Where can I go to? I'm trying to think. You can see me live right now. Here we are Gambakwe, we're live. ZTN is live over there. The only two places where you can get these signals. So I want to go back to other channels because I want to see what Mnangagwa said at the very end there. Wopo Chingono is traveling. Which country is Wopo? I'll talk to him very soon. Let's see what else we've got on Parliament of Zimbabwe. So SONA, Mnangagwa. ZBC is quite disappointing because they were not live most of the time. They were talking about it. And we missed out on what Mnangagwa said about the bills. He said, unfortunately, and then it cut off. Who cut off Mnangagwa, guys? Who's got the power to cut off Mnangagwa? Someone has got the power because they cut him off before he said what is happening next. So that bit, we're awaiting ZBC to give us that information. So none of these channels has got the last speech. The bit where Mnangagwa was talking about what is going to happen next. No one has got it. So I hope that the president's office, let me see office of the president of Zimbabwe. If these guys are there, office of the president of Zimbabwe. Is there anyone like that? OPC, do you have OPC? When I write these guys a letter, they never reply. I don't understand it. It's crazy. Like you write a letter to office of the president and you don't get a reply. That is crazy. You don't reply someone like Gambakwe. Who are you going to reply? OPC Zimbabwe. So nothing here. Guys, I apologize for missing out on that little bit, that end, when Mnangagwa was now saying, unfortunately, there are more bills. So as soon as I get it, even if I get it 10 minutes from now, I'll come back here and we'll finish Mnangagwa's speech. Very interesting speech. Mnangagwa has improved immensely. When we started covering Mnangagwa, guys, it was bad. It was terrible. I also believe that Mnangagwa might be going to Victoria Falls. I will let you guys know if Mnangagwa is traveling to Victoria Falls today. There is an event there. So I suspect that Mnangagwa is going to go and open that event at Victoria Falls, hence the speed. You saw that they were moving very fast. His address was about 30 minutes. And I'll let you know, as I said, Chiwenga did not attend. Let's see if Chiwenga is going to be at Victoria Falls, where the broadcasters are. And then I'll give you an update before the end of this day. We'll complete Mnangagwa's speech. That was amazing. I like it. I like the speech in terms of what is being said. I don't like the fact that the economic side was not covered. So there was very little on the economy. Mnangagwa did not cover stuff on the currency, employment and unemployment. He didn't cover what is happening with housing, what is happening with the plans that ZANU-PF put in place as part of their manifesto. I would expect Mnangagwa to cover his manifesto. What is going to happen politically with the ZANU-PF resolutions? Some of those things that are very important were not covered. But let's look at that end, because I missed the end. Then I might be talking things that I don't know. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you within the next few hours as we cover Victoria Falls, and then we'll also cover Chiwenga, see what's happening with him.
Siangena, Gempela, Velesia Bachela, Jiripachena, Kumberi Tichaenda, Gambakwe 2080, Mapila Zacho, Atori 80, Gambakwe for President, Banosia, Nodama Residency, M31, Itori Newaiti. Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, Siangena. Siangena, Siangena, Nite Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, Siangena, Ngempela, Siyabachela, the only opposition, Irifea, Gambakwe 2080, 60 new towns by Ministry 80. Tourism to reduce a taxi, military, you are for the country. Siangena, that is Siangena, Siangena, 20 Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena, 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 Nite Siangena. 2028 Siangena, Gambakwe Siangena, Mutungamiri asiri corrupt, tina president iva sina doubt. Siangena, nchiti Siangena, Siangena, ndati Siangena, 2028 ndati Siangena, Gambakwe ndati Siangena. Geo yedu plani, homecoming ne military plani, Gambakwe for presidency, vision in evidence, Nika yedu yeta very great, Jewori shiri very beti, Tisa kumashure get it in the beki, Siangena, 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 Nite 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 Siangena, Jiripachena, 2028 pari kuda change, pane strategy na presidenti, Siangena, Siangena, Jiripachena, 2028 pari kuda change, pane strategy na presidenti, Siangena, Siangena. siyabachela vhele siyabachela zviri pachena kumberi tichaenda Gambakwe 2028 mapillars acho atori 80 Gambakwe for president vanoziya zvinoda maresidensi M31 itori neweiti siyangena 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 nyite siyangena 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 siyangena ngempela siyabachela the only opposition iri fair Gambakwe 2028 60 new towns by ministry 80 booster tourism to reduce taxi military you are for the country siyangena ndati siyangena siyangena 20 siyangena 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 nyite siyangena 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 2028 siyangena Gambakwe siyangena mutungamiri asiri corrupt tina president vasina doubt siyangena nchiti siyangena siyangena ndati siyangena 2028 ndati siyangena Gambakwe ndati siyangena ndiyo yedu plani homecoming nemilitary plani Gambakwe for presidency vision ine evidence nyika yedu yota very great zveuori zviri very bad tesa kumashure geti tindibeki siyangena 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 nyite 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 siyangena zviri pachena 2028 pari kuda change pane strategy na president siyangena siyangena zviri pachena 2028 pari kuda change pane strategy na president siyangena siyangena